In the eastern heartland of Nigeria, where the red earth stains the souls of every man and woman, and palm trees whisper secrets through the Harmattan wind, there existed a town known as Amaife. It was a proud town, rooted in tradition and respect for elders, where the rhythm of the talking drum echoed every morning and masquerades danced in moonlight. But even in the most disciplined towns, there are outliers, those who walk paths the elders frown upon. One of such outliers was a man named Chidi Arinze, known to all as the Ghost. Not because he was dead. No, Chidi was very much alive. But because, like a ghost, he could pass through the tightest security, vanish into the thickest night, and leave no trace behind, save for a signature note. You had too much. I had too little. What began as petty theft in his teenage years evolved into a national manhunt. But fate, as it often does in African tales, had a twist prepared, one that would rewrite the story of a thief and make him a legend. Chidi's story did not begin in darkness. He was born into a poor but honest family in Umueze, a small village bordering Amaife. His father, Chidi Arinze, was a palm wine tapper. His mother, Ngozi, sold oka and beans at the roadside. They were content. They were hardworking. But contentment doesn't feed hungry mouths when the rains fail and diseases come knocking. At age 12, Chidi lost his father to a fall from the palm tree. 2 months later, malaria took his younger sister. That same year, their roof collapsed in a storm. By 15, Chidi had dropped out of school and was selling sachet water in the bustling junction of Amaife. It was there he discovered the art of observing people, their habits, their weaknesses. He discovered patterns, rhythms, blind spots, and eventually, opportunity. He stole his first wallet at 16. From a man who had just bought a luxury phone while screaming at a beggar. He didn't feel guilt. He felt justice. That was the beginning. Chidi's thefts were precise, calculated, never greedy. He would steal enough to survive, sometimes just enough to eat, other times enough to help a fellow street child. He became a myth. The ghost. Police officers would patrol, but Chidi was always one step ahead. He had no gang, no weapons, just eyes that noticed everything and a brain sharper than a razor. By 22, he had pulled off small-time heists that shocked even senior officers. A week's salary from the chief revenue officer's safe, taken during a power cut. Documents exposing a corrupt contractor leaked to the press. Each time, he left behind that note. You had too much. I had too little. To the poor, he was Robin Hood. To the rich, he was a menace. To the authorities, he was a mystery. But his legend reached its turning point when he met Amaka Obikwe. Amaka was the daughter of Chief Obikwe, the local government chairman of Amaife. Educated in the UK, studying law at University of Nigeria in Nsukka, and on break, she was everything Chidi wasn't: polished, privileged, powerful. They met by accident, or maybe fate. Amaka was walking through the local market, interviewing traders for her NYSC project. Chidi had just pulled a quick distraction to lift a bribe ledger off a dishonest counselor. Their eyes met. He noticed her sharp gaze. She noticed his swift hands. They talked, then argued, then challenged each other. Amaka, sensing something unusual, dared him. If you're as smart as they say, do something worthy. He smirked. Then watch me. In the dead of night, Chidi broke into the LGA office. Not for money, but for files. Files that proved that Chief Obiku and 3 other councillors had inflated budgets, diverted relief funds, and falsified health center audits. He sent it anonymously to a local radio station. The scandal broke the next morning. For the first time, Chidi was not hunted by the police, but praised by the public. Amaka was furious with her father. She tracked Chidi again. This time, not to arrest, but to learn. They spoke more. Long walks. Deep talks. She said, "Your mind is your weapon. But why steal when you can fight properly?" He said, "You fight in courtrooms. I fight in alleyways. But perhaps I'm tired of alleys." But the glory was short-lived. Someone betrayed him. A former ally, Ikena, whom Chidi once helped out of jail, sold his location to the police for 100,000 naira. Chidi was arrested, brutalized, humiliated. Inspector Anayo, the head of the anti-crime unit, made sure to parade him. Photos, videos. They claimed he was armed. A liar. A terrorist. Amaka tried to intervene. Her petitions were ignored. But while in custody, something bigger stirred in the east. A powerful illegal network, known as the Merchants, began to take control of border communities between Enugu and Anambra. Human trafficking, gun smuggling, kidnappings. Their leader, a faceless figure called Ogba Agu. Police intelligence was compromised. Even the army avoided confrontation. Fear took over. In desperation, Inspector Anayo was forced to reconsider. "Bring me the thief. He may be our last hope." Amaka arranged a sit-down with the governor's security team. Chidi, weakened but unbroken, agreed to help, but only under strict conditions. Full pardon upon success. No bloodshed. An official platform to train youth in civic intelligence. They agreed. With time running out, Chidi began. He didn't sleep. He mapped towns, cracked hidden accounts, intercepted burner phones, and formed an unofficial team of local techies, hunters, and market informants. When the merchants entered town under the guise of construction workers, Chidi was ready. He leaked false coordinates to them, then trapped them in a school compound reinforced with silent alarms. When they tried to escape, townspeople blocked every path. Police moved in. Over 60 arrests were made. Ogba Agu was never seen again. Amaife rejoiced. Chidi was cleared of all charges. A national newspaper called him Nigeria's reluctant savior. He founded Eagle Mind Initiative, training youth in ethical hacking, community intelligence, and anti-corruption activism. Amaka became his closest ally, and eventually, his wife. Together, they rebuilt trust and dignity. Years later, students from across West Africa traveled to Amaife to hear him speak. He never wore suits, never accepted political appointments. He simply said, "I was once a ghost. Now I am a mirror. If you stare into my past, you'll see your future. Choose it wisely." And so, the story of Chidi Arinze, the man who stole wallets, hearts, and eventually a nation's attention, lives on. Not as a cautionary tale, but as a symbol that even from dust, diamonds rise. Thanks for watching. Please kindly subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell icon for notifications of new stories, like and share to family and friends, and lastly drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be replying every comment. See you in my next video.